Hi Barb, hi Gary. We're here today with Miss Izzie and Rich. And what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Izzie's ability to understand and respond to her formal obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that we need, and that is a tiny little tug and let go on her training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Izzie has done such a great job here at school. She's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is proper heeling, which is nice loose leash walking, and the command is Izzie heel.
Izzie, heel.
At this point, Izzie has a job to do, and that is to not get too happy. Stay even with your left leg when you're walking with her, and to sit automatically when you stop your feet, so that when you're walking, you never have a problem having her well under control, walking nicely with her. You're talking about her being a therapy dog, so she has to master a nice under control walk on the leash and nice automatic sits when you stop. So that when you're at, and you saw Rich give her a little tug because she didn't sit automatically. So when you're at that ticket counter, she should be sitting nicely, waiting for her boarding pass. I'm walking nicely with you through the airport. Nice automatic sit. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay.
Stay.
The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You're going to start out with about 30 seconds with this command and work up to 3 minutes. So practice, practice, practice. When Rich returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her as an additional distraction, ending up all the way back around to where they started, and everything starts and stops at heel position. And he praises her up. And you got to be careful with your praise with her, especially with mommy, because if you overpraise her, then you have to get her back under control. She is a puppy. So we're trying to develop attention span and maturity. Rich leaves her in another sit stay. And you can practice these exercises right in your house. And you're going to really need to practice if you're going to take her out in public with you. This time, instead of returning back to her, Rich is going to call her. This is what we call the recall, and she should come right in front of you and sit facing your knees. And then she returns back to heel. So that eliminates her coming and jumping all over you. And she's so darn cute that it's easy to accept bad behavior from her. But you have a plan going forward with this training for her to be a therapy dog, so she has to learn these things and she has to execute them properly. You see her looking up at Rich for the next command.
Stay.
He leaves her in another stay, and we're going to demonstrate that come on command again. And this is really important. You want to lighten your tone and make it a little bit happier, but if you get too happy, she will come and jump. Good. She comes right in front and sits. Then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Very nice. And if you notice, Rich's praise is very low key. We don't hype her up. Everything is about being a lady and being well under control. Is that the cutest? Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down. So with your dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm straight down toward the ground on the one-word command to down and then stay. Your long down stay, you're going to practice for a little bit longer. Start out with about 1 minute, work up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her exactly as he did on the sit stay. And she knew that she made a mistake. You saw her put herself back into a down. She's supposed to hold that command until you get all the way back around her.
Stay. Stay.
There, she did it.
Much
Good
better.
girl.
Izzie, heel.
And we're going to demonstrate that down from a heel position for you again. And she's happy about everything, that's for sure. She's not intimidated by the training at all.
Stay.
And you can also call her out of this exercise.
Izzie, come. Good girl. Sit. Good. Izzie, heel.
Very nice.
Izzie, heel.
She's worked really, really hard while you guys have been away, and she's been at boarding school. She's done an amazing job. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. So with your dog seated at your left, you give her the stay command.
Stay.
You turn to face her. You use your right hand to give the command. That was perfect. Doesn't get any better than that. And you're going to be lengthening out time and distance, and we're going to be here to coach you and help you. Now we've demonstrated for you her formal basic obedience commands. That's heeling, automatic sits, stays, down, down from a distance, and come. These are the exercises that you're going to start out practicing with her. As she grows and matures, we're going to be coaching you and helping you. We have so enjoyed our 2 weeks with Miss Izzie, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company again. We appreciate your loyalty.